the Sunday night matchup as we have the return of the GOAT as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots tonight in New England. Tom Brady is looking to become the fourth quarterback to defeat all 32 NFL teams. And Tom Brady is the Patriots' all-time leader in wins, passing yards, passing touchdowns, game-winning drives. Y'all know Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they have won 249 games together. That's regular season and postseason. Won 6 Super Bowls together. And Tom Brady departed from New England, after the 2019 season. And he went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl in his first season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Seth Wickersham, he is the author of this new book. It's called It's Better to Be Feared. And he went in depth about the New England Patriots dynasty and Bill Belichick and their dynasty and what went on between Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. The book hasn't been released yet, but they have excerpts from the book, and they're talking about different things that took place during the Tom Brady and Bill Belichick era with the Patriots. And so Seth Wickersham, he went on First Things First, and it's quite fascinating, the dynamic between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Their relationship was very dynamic. It's crazy. And so basically, growing up, and God rest their soul, but growing up, my grandparents played a major part in raising me to become the man that I am. And one thing that, my grandma would always say about my grandfather is, he stuck in his ways, meaning he wasn't going to change and stuck by what he believed in. And after looking at excerpts from this book and listening to what took place when Tom Brady played for the New England Patriots, that's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is stuck in his ways, and this is exactly what Alex Guerrero, the trainer for Tom Brady when he was in New England, talked about. And he talked about Bill Belichick and how he was stuck in his ways, how he pretty much only thought what he thought was right, and so forth. And so I want to read the quote from Alex Guerrero. Alex Guerrero, this is on Belichick and Tom Brady's, their relationship. Trainer for Tom Brady, Alex Guerrero. He says, quote, "It was like Bill never really, I think his emotions or feelings never evolved with age. As Tom got into his late 30s or early 40s, I think Bill was still trying to treat him like that 20-year-old kid that he drafted. That was such a Bill thing. He never evolved. So you can't treat someone who's in his 40s like they're 20. It doesn't work." That was Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady's trainer, discussing the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady relationship. He was talking to the Boston Herald. And no matter what Tom Brady accomplished, Belichick was never going to treat Tom Brady any different than other players. And Tom felt like he earned special treatment. Tom Brady is the all-time Patriots leader in wins, passing yards, passing touchdowns, game-winning drives. So Brady felt like Belichick should have given him special treatment. We see in the NBA, the culture is normally the best player always gets special treatment. It's just the way it is in sports. It's the way it is in sports. This is also a part of the reason why even in the NBA, you saw when LeBron was in Miami, he left Miami and went back to Cleveland because Pat Riley, similar to Bill Belichick in a way, didn't give LeBron James certain, extra things that he wanted as a superstar of the team. It was certain perks that LeBron wanted being a superstar of the Miami Heat. And Pat Riley is old school. He treats everyone the same. Yeah, you're a superstar. Yeah, you're an NBA MVP. Yes, you've won a finals MVP for us. You've won championships for us, but you don't get special privileges because you're LeBron James. There were talks about and reports about how LeBron wanted some of his entourage to be able to travel, with the Miami Heat and Pat Riley wasn't going for it. And so that's what happened in New England with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Belichick was never going to give Tom Brady special treatment because he was an all-time great at the quarterback position. He wasn't going to give him special privileges because he is the GOAT. Belichick treats everyone the same. And he's not with this new generation who gives special privileges to certain athletes. And honestly, Belichick's way of coaching and way of thinking worked. The New England Patriots won 6 Super Bowls in the Brady-Belichick era. So what they were able to accomplish became a dynasty. So I can't really question what Bill Belichick did as a coach. Could he have evolved? Absolutely. If he would have evolved, it's a great chance Tom Brady would have retired a Patriot. Having the great career that he had with the New England Patriots, it feels like Tom Brady was supposed to retire a New England Patriot, and it did not happen because Bill Belichick did not evolve as a head coach. But you can't argue with the results. You can't argue with the results. It's just like you growing up, in a household where your father is, very extremely, firm. He's a disciplinarian person, and he disciplines his children and holds them to a certain standard. Yeah, your dad might have been rough, but if you're successful in life and you were able to accomplish certain things, you can't argue with the results of how your father raised you. You can't. And so that's one thing that I took away from the Belichick-Brady relationship. He wasn't going to treat Tom Brady any different than any of the other players on the team, not even because Tom Brady was an all-time great and being the GOAT. Belichick doing the things that he did, and he basically informed everyone what the standard was. Nobody was given special treatment, not even the GOAT. Not even the GOAT get special treatment out of Bill Belichick. So that was one thing that I, took from the excerpts from this book. Go and grab the book. I think it's coming out later this month or in November. The book is It's Better to Be Feared by Seth Wickersham, reveals behind the scenes of Patriots and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady's relationship. And so again, Belichick, his results speak for themselves. He's arguably the greatest coach in NFL history and 6 Super Bowl championships on his resume. That's why Belichick was the way that he was and was stuck in his ways, because his way of coaching, it translated to wins, and it helped the New England Patriots become a dynasty. But Tom Brady, because he was great and because he's the GOAT, he felt like he was supposed to get special privileges. Wasn't going to happen in the Bill Belichick, under Bill Belichick. Let's transition to the actual game and some of the keys for this game tonight with the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everyone's talking about Tom Brady and what he's going to do to the Patriots defense. Believe it or not, one of the keys for me is going to be the matchup between defensive coordinator Todd Bowles and quarterback Mac Jones. Todd Bowles versus Mac Jones is going to be key in this game. Todd Bowles going up against a rookie quarterback could be a mismatch. It could be a mismatch. You got players like Devin White, Levante David, Antoine Whitfield, Shaq Barrett, Carlton Davis, the guys who made plays during the Bucs playoff run last season. I expect them to make some key plays, and if they can create some turnovers and create more opportunities for Tom Brady, I believe this game could get away from the New England Patriots. Mac Jones, he's a rookie quarterback. He's a rookie. He's not ready for a Todd Bowles-led defense. They are an elite defense when they're healthy. I know last week, Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams, they lit him up, had over 300 total yards for the game. Matthew Stafford played great, but right now, the Bucs secondary is banged up. They lost Jamal Dean in that game. Sean Murphy Bunting, he's been out since week 1. against the Dallas Cowboys with the elbow injury. So right now, the Bucs, they aren't at 100% defensively. They're not. They also didn't have Jason Pierre-Paul in that game. So this is one of the keys in this Bucs-Patriots matchup tonight. Todd Bowles versus Mac Jones. In order for the New England Patriots to have any chance at winning this game, they need Mac Jones to play great tonight. They need him to play great. He's averaging 6.14 yards per attempt this season. So he's averaging 6.14 yards per attempt. That's 28th in the NFL. If they want to have a chance to win this game tonight, he has to improve on that, on yards per attempt. Have to improve. Also, defensively, the Patriots got to put some pressure on Tom Brady tonight. Got to put some pressure on him. The Patriots, they're pressuring quarterbacks on 41% of dropbacks without blitzing this season. 41% of dropbacks without blitzing. That's impressive. So if they can apply some pressure with their front four without blitzing, they'll have a chance at winning this game. Tom Brady, he's completing 39% of his passes, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions when pressured since 2020. So if you can apply some pressure on Tom Brady, you'll have an opportunity to win this game if you're New England Patriots. So this game is big. I think it's bigger for Bill Belichick than it is for Tom Brady, because we know that Tom Brady is going to be judged on the Bucs and their playoff expectations. This week 4 matchup is about Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick wants to win this game going up against Tom Brady, because the Patriots, they're not Super Bowl contenders. They're not better than the Bills in the AFC. They aren't better than the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC. They're not even better than the Las Vegas Raiders in the AFC. So this is their Super Bowl. Week 4, going up against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is their Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got bigger fish to fry because they're trying to repeat as Super Bowl champions, and Tom Brady is trying to capture his 8th Super Bowl ring. So this game is bigger for Belichick than it is for Tom Brady, in my opinion. And, right now, Brady is winning the divorce. He's winning the divorce, winning his 7th Super Bowl with the Bucs last season. And last year, the Patriots struggled. They struggled. Now Belichick has his future quarterback that he's going to build around in Mac Jones. So you chose Mac Jones, Belichick. You have him now in place to replace Tom Brady. So let's see if you can put together a game plan to slow down Tom Brady in this primetime matchup. I'm excited for it because Belichick knows Brady and Brady knows Belichick. Think about how many meetings that they had talking football, and they know each other's tendencies. They know what each other likes to do, and they know each other's weakness as well. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a chess match. Belichick's defense going up against Tom Brady's offense in the Bucs. I'm disappointed that Rob Gronkowski won't play in this game. I'm disappointed in that. I want to see Rob Gronkowski in his return back to Foxborough. But I think Antonio Brown going to be back in the lineup for the Bucs tonight as well. I'm rolling with the Bucs to win this game. I think the Bucs going to take care of business. I don't think it's going to be high scoring, though. I think I'll say it'll be 27 to 20. That's what I got. That's my score for the game tonight. I got Bucs 27, Patriots 20. So I think the game will be close. But I think in the end, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be too much for the New England Patriots. They're going to be too much.